Welcome back, V.O.C. YouTube channel, College Football Edition, new week. Some decent games, some really good games, but not a whole lot of them. This is, I would say, down week when you look at the schedule. First college football rankings came out. You can see the titles video. Look, Michigan fans, just relax. Time will tell. I'll dive into that a little bit more. So I will dive into college football rankings, the first playoff rankings that came out, and then picks this week. So let's jump into it. Like I said, when you look at these rankings, look, this is a TV show. You have to remember that. You can't, debating it, talking about it, getting pissed off about it, that's what they want you to do. So the whole aura of it, it is a TV show. You have to remember that. But looking at the top 10, Tennessee comes out at number 1, Ohio State at 2, Georgia 3, Clemson 4, Michigan 5, Alabama 6, TCU 7, Oregon 8, USC 9, and LSU 10. I think the biggest surprise is probably LSU being in the top 10. Tennessee being 1 is not that very much surprise. If you look at their wins, number 17 Pitt, number 20 Florida, number 25 LSU, number 3 Bama, number 19 Kentucky. You know, that's 5 ranked wins out of their 5 of their 8 wins are against ranked opponents. It's the best in the country. And then you look at Ohio State, just 2 ranked wins, number 5 Notre Dame, number 13 Penn State. Look, I have no problem Tennessee, Ohio State being 1 and 2. I think Ohio State's the best team overall, but you look at resumes, you do all that. Ohio State at 2, the way they've beat everybody, 2, Tennessee 1 with how many ranked teams they play. Georgia's sitting there at 3. Look, Georgia only has 1 ranked win, that's against Oregon. And they were 11 at the time, and now Oregon's 8. They played Tennessee this week, so they have a chance to really build up their resume. And then you look at Clemson. Look, here's the debate where I say Michigan fans just need to relax. You're pissed off because you're 5, but when you look at it, you should be 5. Hell, you should be 6 in the way I look at it. Clemson has 3 ranked wins. Number 21 Wake, number 10 NC State, number 14 Syracuse. You have 1 ranked win, number 10 Penn State, which is a quality win, but 3-1, can't compare those. That's why I believe, even though Clemson's kind of struggled, they're limped through some of these games, I think they look at it, more ranked wins, the totality of it. But I think TCU should be 4. TCU has a win against number 18 Oklahoma, number 19 Kansas, number 8 Oklahoma State, and number 17 Kansas State. That's 4 ranked wins. It should automatically put them up to the 3-4 category. So Michigan, I would be happy with where you're at. They have better wins right now. Time will tell. You play 2 ranked teams for the remaining of the schedule. Time will tell. Win out, you're in. That's the way I look at it. You set your own destiny. Don't get pissed off at the rankings because anything could happen. Other teams, Ole Miss at 11, UCLA 12, Kansas State 13, Utah 14, Penn State 15, Illinois 16, North Carolina 17, Oklahoma State 18, Tulane 19, Syracuse 20, Wake Forest 21, NC State 22, Oregon State 23, Texas 24, UCF 25. No, really, I don't think anything too crazy surprises. Like I said, LSU being 10, little different, crazy, but other than that, if you look at it, I think every conference is represented fairly well. SEC has a lot of teams. Pac-12 has a decent amount of teams. Big 12 has a decent amount of teams. Big 10 has decent. Every conference is pretty much represented fairly well compared to maybe in years past. So I think it's very interesting to see how the season finishes out. But like I said, it's a TV show. You can't get too pissed off about it. Just relax. And you kind of want people to keep doubting you, keep putting you at 5, keep putting you in those positions where you're on the outside looking in. That's what you want. That's what builds you up. But time will tell. Like I said, 3 ranked wins over year 1. You can get pissed off about it as you say it or as I talk about it, but it's the truth. I think that's why they looked at it. And like I said, I think TCU should have been higher. So I think 5, you got away with 1. All right, picks this week. I was 4-2 last week, 37-27 on the season. First game, this is a Friday night game. Number 23, Oregon State at Washington. Washington's a minus 4.5 point favorite. Washington could throw the ball a little bit. I haven't watched much Oregon State. Couldn't really tell you. I know they've They were in some close games with U.S.C. This is a toss-up game just because I don't know much about either team. I'm going to go with Washington here. I just think they can win it. Simple. Not going to sit here and explain it. Biggest game of the week. Number 1, Tennessee at number 3, Georgia. Georgia's an 8-point favorite. 8 points seems like a lot for the number 1 team in the country. I thought Tennessee would lose to Alabama. I was wrong, obviously. I just looked at it and said, they've never been in these spots, never been in position. The game was at home. Bryce Young kind of limped into it. They got a lot of things to go their way. I like Tennessee. I love the story. Not saying they're bad. But I think when you play a team like Georgia who's experienced at home, when you haven't been in these type of games, Georgia has. I like Georgia, but I think it's going to be a very close, fun game to watch. Number 18, Oklahoma State at Kansas. This is an even toss-up. I was wrong about Oklahoma State last week. They got completely demolished. But I think they can come back and win this game against Kansas, who's with their backup quarterback, continue to move on and chug along in the Big 12 and putting themselves in position to win the conference. Number 6, Alabama, who's a minus 13.5-point favorite at LSU. Number 10, like I said, surprise. Brian Kelly's first establishment against Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban shows him what is up. I think LSU plays it close for a half, and then I think Alabama pulls away. But this is the game everybody talked about. This is where Brian Kelly will learn about the SEC. He's done fairly well through the first parts of it. I hate to say it, but he's done fairly well. We'll see how he does this week, but I think Alabama comes and shows him what the SEC is truly like. Number 24, Texas, who's minus 2.5-point favorite at number 13, Kansas State. I like Texas gaining momentum in the conference. Everybody's kind of chasing TCU at this point. I like Texas to win this game. I like Texas to get in that Big 12 championship. I picked them to win the conference. I like to see them continue on that trajectory. I think they still can. Number 21, Wake, who's a minus 4-point favorite at number 22, NC State. This is one of those games where someone in the ACC is getting knocked out. If you lose this game, I like Wake Forest in this game. I just trust their quarterback, Sam Howell, a little bit more than I trust the NC State quarterback. Baylor, 5-3 at Oklahoma, 5-3, minus 3.5-point favorite. Oklahoma is. Oklahoma kind of got written off after they lost 3 in a row. Slowly building up some momentum. This will be an interesting game. I don't know who I like right now. Let me think about it. I like Baylor in this game. Just to go a little... I like Baylor. Just throw it out there. I like Baylor. It'll be fun. Going to be interesting. I'll pick Baylor to win that game. So like I said, you can't get too pissed off of these college children. It's a TV show. This is what they want us to do. They want us to talk about it. This is what ESPN pushes and pulls and does crazy stuff. And you can't tell me they don't manipulate these things a little bit, because they do early on. But yeah, if you believe in your team and how good they are, they'll win out and they'll get in. Win and get in. That's all I can say right now. You can't get pissed off about it. You got to use that as fuel and energy to move forward with the rest of the season. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching.